What's going on, guys? Flight Simulation Experience back for another stream flying the beautiful Boeing 747-800 series. Absolutely love this airplane. It's been a minute. We are a full flight today, flying here from Denver, Colorado, all the way to Seattle International Airport. Seattle SeaTac, I believe it is, International Airport. And got a good one today. Absolutely love this airplane. It's been quite a while. So without further ado, let's get everything set up. As you can see, the stairs just finished loading in our pilots, and we now have our food on board, and our baggage is just about to be completed here. Cool, so we got a full flight, gonna go down most of the checklist. So it'll be pretty detailed. I've done a couple test flights with this. I have not done landings though, so hopefully we can land safely. So we'll see. Like I said, we are a loaded aircraft today, so let's go ahead and jump in the pit and start our procedures. So let's first go in and pause the music, jump back in here, and just make sure we have our stuff all prepared here. Okay, what do we need to do? Alright, so the electronic flight bag doesn't work, but we are currently using the Salties mod, which I absolutely love. Definitely brings some good performance to the aircraft. Not everything is modeled, so we can't go through the full checklist completely, but we should be able to do about 70% of it, give or take. So we have our co-pilot here. I don't know what her name is, but she's going to be flying along with us and helping us with our workload today, right? Yeah, cool. So first things first is let's go ahead and do a couple pre-flight checklists. And first, we're going to check down to make sure that our parking brake is armed, which it's not. So that is definitely the other crew who just left this did not make sure they secured the parking brake. So nice going, guys. Nice going, previous crew. All right, so park brake is set, and the throttles indicated are set to the idle detent. Cool. Now, going down through the checklist here, we are going to look for the battery switch. So let's turn on some power into the aircraft, and first let's get the power truck up, which there he comes right here. We are on VATSIM today. We will load into the VATSIM server soon. And we are flying on real world time. Right now the time is 9:44 here in Denver with pretty clear, just a little bit hazy as you can see. Excuse me. So we got the power truck coming up, and now what we're going to do is we are going to come up to the upper panel here, and we are going to go to battery on, as well external power 1, external power 2. Cool. So standby power here can go to auto, and we can leave that there as is. We are going to go to our navigation, IRS, and we're going to go to align 1, left, center, and right. And then we're going to go to nav, nav, and nav. As we see down here on our display, it should be indicating 6 minutes till alignment. Beautiful. So as we go through our checks, the APU generator is off, I believe. So APU gens are off, which are here. We're going to go down to the APU master knob, which is off, which APU master knob is off. We don't need APU power yet, as our truck down outside is giving us external power. So we're on external power. Obviously the landing gear is down, as we can see here. Just going through the flows here. Flaps are retracted, indicated here. We also can see it outside as well, that our flaps are retracted. Beautiful. We can even double check that by going to the rear of each wing, which it's there. So beautiful. Now we can continue with our flows. Our fuel pump switches are off, and those should be right over here. So this mouse. So fuel pump switches are right here. These are all the fuel pump switches. Those are currently off. And engine instruments have been checked. Anti-ices are off. We don't need anti-ice right now, which is this panel here. All off, but we will put those in the auto position as it is going to get colder as we go up north as we fly northwest. The window heating is as required. We'll keep that off for right now, which is here. Actually, let's go ahead and turn the window heating on. So window heating will stay on right now. Altitude select, altitude setting. So we are flying today. We have planned, I believe, for 36,000 feet. We can go ahead and just indicate that to 36,000 feet right now. Beautiful. Then IFR clearance. Our clearance has not been done. So we're going to go ahead and I want to see if we have any VATSIM on board, which we do not have any VATSIM. But we're going to go ahead and go to connect, and we are going to be UPS 153 today. So we're UPS 153, and our type code is a 747. Boeing 747 800. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to connect. So we are now connected to the server, and we have our flight plan. We'll go ahead and file flight plan as well. So squawk mode Charlie, and we are on VATSIM now. I don't think there's anybody at this airport, so we're on VATSIM. And at this point, what we need to do is we need to come down here and we need to type in our VATSIM frequency, which is 122.800, and switch that to the active mode. Okay, so we are, as you can see, we are now on the VATSIM network, which is the Unicon system, which we communicate with each other in the area. Beautiful. All right, now let's continue our flows here. So IFR clearance, we don't need the clearance because we don't have any controllers. Fuel quantity is checked and beacon light is on. So let's go ahead and turn the beacon light on now. It's a little early, but that's fine. Beacon light is right there. So beacon light on. Cool. So now we're pretty much done with our pre-check flight. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is I have just a backup checklist here. So parking brake is set, throttles to idle, battery is on, standby power is set to auto, which we did that. Yep. And external power, both buses are on here. Our IRSs are in the nav position. Great. We turn on our lights. So cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down to the FMC. And this thing is really annoying, but hopefully we can avoid. See how it kind of like wants to grab the speed brakes. Okay, so this is the toga button too, by the way, which I'll explain a little bit more what that is. Alright, so we're going to come down here and we're going to go to the Salty page, and we can go to units. We want to just make sure they're in pounds, because that's what we have our sim brief flight plan today, which is in pounds. Go back to the options page and we can go to miscellaneous. We have our co-pilot set. Beautiful. And let's go to the index. Alright, so now if we go to, let's see, init ref, pause init, position initialization. So our pause init is going to be, the reference to airport is KDEN. This is the Denver airport. That is the coordinates of where we are, and where the aircraft, where we're lined up with the GPS in the world right now, where the aircraft is in the world, it's reporting this. So we're going to take this, copy it in the scratch pad, plug it in there, boom. Now we go to our route page. Once again, Denver to KSEA. KSEA. Seattle. Boom. Today we are UPS 153, and we're going to plug that into our flight number. Beautiful. All right, so now let's go into our departures page. Today we're planning for, I got to pull up SimBrief here, and today we're planning for 3-5 left. Now 3-5 left should be on the next page here, which is 3-5 left. So 3-5 left on the Chingy, I believe is the departure. No, I'm sorry, the Zimmer. Chingy is our arrival. So on the Zimmer 3 departure with the Chingy transition. Then as filed. So we're going to execute that. Now we're going to go to our routing page, and we're going to go to from Chingy. we're going direct to Papa India Hotel. So Papa India Hotel, and it should say direct to Papa India Hotel. From Papa India Hotel, we're jumping on an airway which is Juliet 20. Plug that in there to Juliet 20. Takes a minute. And then from Juliet 20, Papa Delta Tango. Papa Delta Tango is our next fix. Plug that in there. Now, usually it's the top one here, which is the closest one, but you never know. So we have to go to our sim brief flight plan here, and we just need to make sure, which is down here. What was it again? So it is PDT. So we need to go to PDT, which is, so the Zimmer 3 departure, Chingy, PDT. So it's probably PDT right here. So as you can see, the coordinates we need is this, I believe. So if we scroll this down here, November 4541, which is November 4541.9. So this is, yes, so it is the top one, but you just want to make sure just in case, because you don't want to end up on the other side of the world and be like, where the hell am I going? And that's happened to me before too. So we're going to click this one and come back to our flight plan here, which now we're going to be jumping on our arrival. So we're going to go ahead and execute that. And then from PDT, we're going to hop in the arrival, the Chings for arrival. So now we're going to go to our arrivals page, which Seattle arrival, which is there, and 16 left is what we want. ILS 16 left is what we're going to plan for. That could change if we get a controller. And we're going to be asking for the Chingy for arrival with the PDT transition, right? Let's double check that. PDT Chingy for arrival. Cool. So we're going to execute that. Right? Now if we go to our legs page here, we might get 2 PDTs. So we got a disco there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and connect them. We're going to remove our discontinuity, execute that, go back to the legs page and just run it through it one more time. So we got a vector there, which is fine. We're gonna, this is our arrival, see 3200. Yeah, this is our final approach. So Carfo, we're gonna plug in right to the vector here, because if we plug it in here, it won't recognize it, as you can see right there, because it knows there's a vector above you. So we're gonna take a Carfo, whoops, Carfo, get it in the scratch pad, come on up, go to your vector location, execute that, and then everything now should be connected. If you now go back to the top, you can see everything should be connected, hopefully here. Yep, it is. Great, so everything is connected, right? Now what we want to do is we want to come up here to our plan page here. We want to zoom out a little bit, right? So this is where we are. So we're going to be taking off, making a left, and we're going to come down in our steps here. So we're going to make sure, so from takeoff to Mugby, then from Mugby to Ralphie, and then so on and so forth to the Zimmer 3 departure, then come out to Chingy transition, then we're coming out to the airway, and then on and so forth into our arrival. We're just making sure everything is connected. There's no crazy jig-jag wonkiness going on with the flight plan. There's our top of descent as the FMC has calculated for us, which is awesome. And then, which, wait, that is not correct, by the way. That top of descent at 36,000 feet is not accurate, so we're not going to follow that. We're going to descend very strategically and manually via our Navigraph charts. So then there you go. We go to our Carfo, which is the first fix to the arrival onto ILS 16 left. Beautiful. And this is our holding pattern in case we go missed and ATC tells us to go into a holding pattern. Cool. So we can go back to the plan page here and we can increase the range. Now what I want to do is I want to go to the Navigraph charts here, and we're down over here into Denver, right? Now, the nice thing is, here's the Denver airport. So what we want to do is we want to line up our speed bugs. So if we go to airport information here, 35 left, which is very nice. We're literally taxiing out right there, and then we're taking off, right? Now 35 left is 353 is the heading. So we want to make sure we're on 353, which you could see it's lined up just like that on our heading bug. See? Boom. Perfect. All right, great. Now, since we know exactly where we're taxiing to, I don't need this airport map for taxi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go and put this on the Zimmer 3 departure. So go right here, come on down to the Zimmer 3, should be at the bottom, and we'll plug that into the charts there. Remove this guy, and as you can see, boom, we're going to take off and then make a pretty hard left to Mugby. And at Mugby, 10,000, 12,000. So we're going to be climbing via the SID. And the transition altitude in the United States is always 18,000 feet, right? So one thing we're going to do that I have not done yet is we're going to look up the METAR for Denver, which is, let's see here. So Denver is currently 3030 on the pressure. So 3030. So 3030 on the pressure, and the winds are 360 at 4, so it should be a nice one. If it was in kilopascals, it would be 1026, so we could take this and put our backup at 1026. Can't change that to inches. 1026, which is right there. 1026, 3030. We also could change this, I believe, to that to this if we want, but we'll keep it on inches. Great. So at this point now, we're going to come back to the FMC and we're going to go to our performance page. So init ref here, go to the performance indications. All right, now the cost index. The higher the cost index, the more the engines will be burning fuel. So it all depends on the company you work for and whatnot, I believe. We're going to just do a cost index of 46, which is, excuse me, 40, which is a pretty good middle ground. So cost index will be 40. Flight level cruise is 360 according to SimBrief. And now what we're going to do is we need reserves, which is our FinRes. So we're going to come here and we're going to load up the aircraft to be quite heavy today because we are full load. We want to switch this over into pounds. And the payload today, according to SimBrief, is, let's take a look at our payload. Excuse me, where is the weights page here? All right, so our weights payload is 165,500 pounds of payload. So that's up there. So payload 165,000 pounds. So as you can see, 165,900 pounds of payload. Okay. Then what we're going to do, and as you can see, is you increase this, you can do more, but let's actually first drop this. Let's put the fuel in first. The fuel we're going to need today is going to be the block fuel, which is, the block fuel is 87,777. We're going to put 87,800. I'm just going to go for 88,000. So 88,000 pounds of fuel, which the fuel indicator is right here. So, wow, we don't read this. Yeah, this thing takes a lot of fuel. So fuel is 88,000. So 88,455 pounds of fuel is what we need, right? Block fuel, 87,777. We have 88,455. You can go in and, manually change all these numbers to get it just right, but I'm not doing all that. I take the little thing here and if it If it gets me close enough, then that's cool. So the payload is 165, I believe. So we're going to go back to a payload here, and we're going to increase our payload to 165. And actually, no, let's do 177. Let's go a little heavier. So, you know, we're supposed to go much heavier. You see as the aircraft moves. The max is 400, and since we don't have as much fuel on board, we can increase this higher. So let's go even higher. Let's go to almost fully loaded here at 400,900 pounds. Cool. So we're still within CG limits, and we have the fuel on board, which is what we need. So the fuel on reserve is going to be our FinRes final reserve fuel, which is 20,261 pounds. Really? Damn. Which gives us an hour of flight time, I believe. So we'll put 20.2, I believe. I hope that's right. Okay, which gives us a zero fuel weight of 886,100 pounds at zero fuel weight. So we're definitely a heavy bird today. So fuel is 88.5. Let me just double check. Yep, 88.5. And the block fuel is 87,777. I just really want to make sure we have enough fuel. Okay, so the fuel and payload is good. We're going to send those requests to the system, which that did not work. Okay, whatever. So remove this. Now we're going to go to our thrust limiter. Now what this is right now it's reporting that it is 6 degrees Celsius outside here in Denver. We have a 10%. Our engines know that it's we're putting, I believe what this means is 10% increase in temperature. So the engines think it's 10 degrees higher than the 6 degrees Celsius here. So what this is a derated takeoff. So as of right now, the engines for Toga will be 85%, but if we derate down, oh, it's not modeled. Huh. I guess yeah, as you go to derate here, you derate your climb or you derate your takeoff, this number here should change because it's using less of the engine power, and that's for, you know, environmental reasons, engine life, you know, and all that. So we're gonna derate our climb to 1 as well as derate our takeoff by 10%. So the engines are not going to be using max thrust because we do have a long runway. It'll be using 10% less power of what it normally is. And you can do derated 2, which is 20%, but we'll do 10%. 10% on the takeoff as well as on the climb, minus 10%. Cool. And if we go to takeoff, the flaps we're going to use today is going to be 10. Here it's pretty common to use flaps 10 for the flap indicator, and the FMC now should calculate our V speeds. So V1 167, rotate a 184 and 196. So we're going to take this rotate plus 10, which is 194. So that's quite heavy. So we'll take this to 194 on our speed bug, and we are pretty much done with the FMC for the most part for right now. So we're going to go back to the legs page and stay on the legs page, as I love just to stay on the legs page. Alright, cool. Great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down our flows. So let me first double check something here, make sure this is good to go. Okay. Alright, now what do we need to do? So now we have our altitude indicator, we have our heading bug, and we have our airspeed. So we're going to go ahead and turn the flight director on the left and right side, and then our auto throttle can go on as well. We're going to take this to the engine here, because we're going to be starting up pretty soon, and we're going to go now down to our flows. So Window heating is on, altitude is selected, IFR clearance has been done, fuel quantity is in, beacon light is on. Okay, so flight director's on, auto throttle's armed, plug in Mach speed, takeoff speed V1, which is plus 10, altimeter is set. So we're pretty much done there. Now let's go to our heading bug, which is set to the runway. Altitude is set. Our minimums. So we can set our minimums to to barometric pressure. I assume baro. And we're going to set this to 1,000 feet. Cool. Is that modeled? No, that's not modeled. Alright. Altimeter set, beacon lights on, fuel pumps. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and turn on all our fuel pumps here. And we are going to turn main 1 on, these guys on as well. Fuel pumps here and fuel here. So all our fuel pumps are now on. Window heat is now on. We could check our windshield wipers, see if they work, which they do. Okay, the PAX here is not modeled, so it just keeps the isolation. I mean the air conditioning systems just automatic, which would be cool if it was. And I don't believe this is armed either, which is not. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn on our APU, so we can get off external power. So we're going to go to APU, standby power is auto. So we're going to turn on the APU, which go to APU on, and then start. APU should indicate here once it is up and running. Takes a minute. So you could hear it spooling there. Which is another engine in this aircraft. Alright, I can hear it's on. APU is running, beautiful. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn APU Gen 1 on, Gen 2 on. And external power now can go to the off position as we're now on APU power. So what we could do now is we can come over here to this guy, this truck, and we could say thank you very much for your service, but you can now go away. So our truck guy is leaving. They're all done outside. They're kind of just waiting on us to get the hell out of here. Okay, external power's off. Now we're pretty much ready for engine start. Seatbelt signs. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our... Actually, we're going to leave the... Actually, we can turn on the nav here. So nav light can go on. Anti-ice can stay to normal. And I believe the seatbelt signs are automatic because it's not modeled here. Yaw damper is obviously, that's just automatic. So yeah, okay. Cool. I believe we're now ready for engine start. So now, let's look at just the backup checklist here. Fuel quantity is checked. Engine throttle is in the idle position. Area is clear. Auto brakes set to RTO. It's not set to RTO yet, but we could do that right now, which is more of kind of after engine start checklist, but we'll take care of it since it says it here. Yaw dampers are on, and we have hydraulic pumps are on. Are the hydraulic pumps on? I believe they are. I think it's automatic. They're on just by default. That's fuel. Yeah, they're on right here. So as you can see, they're on. Okay, so all the hydraulics are on and everything is on auto. Beautiful. Okay, so you can turn on and off. Sweet. So hydraulic pumps are on. Beautiful. We need those on. Hydraulic pumps on. Hydraulic electrical pump once is on. No, that's for the 400 series, I believe. So packs are on. Cooling equipment, fuel pumps are on. Startup clearance request. So since we are going to be backing out into an active taxiway, I assume this is, yeah, we would need clearance from ATC. And let's see if we have any ATC online, which we do not still. Let's just double check VATSIM. Nope, don't have any ATC. So we're basically giving ourselves the start clearance. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this tug guy, get him to come on up to our aircraft. And once he does that, we're going to go ahead and kill our parking brake. Alright, so start engine procedures, engine bleeds. So we need to turn the engine bleeds on, which is over here. So engine bleeds, which is right here. We're going to start with engine 3 and 4, which is the right side of the aircraft. And we're going to go ahead and turn these guys on right now. Engine start is up here. And we will go ahead and kill the parking brake, which it is, and we're now going to have them reverse us. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and engine start 4-3. Now we're looking for 12% on our N1, excuse me, N2, and then we're going to introduce fuel. We're about there now. As you can hear, the engines are spooling. You're supposed to really do, I believe, one engine each time, but for the sake of saving time here, all right, our tug guy is going away. Thank you very much, sir. Go ahead and set our parking brake so we don't go anywhere. All right, now we're going to go ahead and turn on the other side, which is our engine bleeds. Engine bleeds 2 and 1, engine start, boom, boom, and looking for 12%. 10%. Introduce fuel. Alrighty. So far, so good. Alright, cool. Go ahead and turn the taxi light on. The runway turnoffs will come on in a minute, probably when we get to this area, when we get out of the taxi area. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have good engine starts on all engines, as we can see. Anti-ice now can go to auto position, which is right. So that's on, that's auto, that's off. So that's auto, auto, and auto. And then it's on there. Okay, cool. What was that for there? Okay, so we're under auto on all of them now, I believe. Yes. Okay. So now we're on auto. Don't need any lights here. We're going to go ahead and turn on the nav light, and the strobe light can come on, and the wing logo will come on in a minute. What else we need? External power is off. Let's see here. Send energy. Taxi light is on. Runway turn-off lights can come on in a minute. So now we got to do is shut down the APU, so the APU gens can come off, which are right here. APU Gen 1 and Gen 2 is off, and APU bleeds off, which are down here. So we have APU bleed is off, and then APU itself needs to come off, which is right here. APU off. Auto brakes set, RTO checked, and flaps set to position 10. So we can go ahead and 1, 2, 10. See a beautiful little animation of these flaps. I absolutely love the flaps on this airplane. Flaps are slowly coming out. As we're here, we could do a pre-flight check. Full left. Cool. Full right. Full up. Full down. And we can come up now. We can check our brake system. Our brake pressure is in the green, indicated there. Our hydraulic pump brakes. Full left, full right. Let's go just to the back and make sure that our rudder is moving. Full left, full right. All right, we are good to go there. Okay, so flaps set to 10. Let's just make sure that is indicated, which is there, set to 10. The parking brake is on, still set to map. Right, got that on map there. Flight controls have been checked, brakes have been checked, spoilers are armed. Yeah, so our spoilers right there, that means it's armed. It should be indicated there. Speed brake is armed. Beautiful. We're pretty much ready for takeoff, just about, other than a few more things. Squawk right now is we don't have any squawk from ATC, so we're going to just turn this to TARA. Actually, it's just a TA. So we'll squawk 5525 right now, and we will, it's in the standby, we'll go into TA right now, and it'll go to TARA once we get, so we're now going to let the people in the area know, which we'll probably just be talking to ourselves because there's nobody in this area, but UPS 153 heavy, taxi to runway 35, traffic, Denver. Now, just to double check, I believe that was not the correct runway. I think it's 35 left, which it is 35 left. Okay. So, let's go ahead and kill the parking brake, and now let's head out. This thing is a beast. We are extremely heavy. So we should be taxiing 20 to 25 knots. Our speed is indicated here as well as here. So we're at 7 knots right now. Go ahead and turn the runway turnoffs, can come to the on position.
Denver traffic United 1773, taxiing runway 25 via Gulf. Denver traffic.
Very nice. She's a big bird. Very heavy too. Denver traffic, UPS 153 heavy, lining up runway 35 left for departure. Denver traffic. There we go. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and cut this to idle. We're going to need all the runway we can get, so we're going to make a right turn up here. We're going to go ahead and just get these landing lights on right now. Three 5 left confirmed there. Runway looks clear. This is now a TARA. Gonna go ahead and turn the yoke cam can come on. We are clear right, ready to go. Denver traffic, UPS 153 heavy, taking off 35 left, Denver traffic. There we go. So line up on the runway, lights are on, we're set to TARA. We can go to, oops, sorry, that wasn't correct. LNAV, VNAV. This thing is heavy. Come on, baby. You got it. So once we hit, we need to keep downward pressure on the yoke as until we hit 80 knots. So we're going to go to throttles to 50%. Throttles to 50. We are stable, and we're going to now have to maneuver around here. Whoops. Whoa, what are you doing? I can't get to the damn... having a problem getting to the toga button. Can't reach it. Okay, we're going to go manual then. Can't reach the toga button. That's fine. No worries. And forward pressure to 80 knots. Check. So I am holding the throttles until we get to V1. At V1, we are committed to the takeoff. After V1, hands come off the throttles. Hands off the throttle. V1. Rotate. Barely gonna make it, it looks like. Alright, we are at positive rate. Gears coming on up. There we go. Flight directors are now giving us what we need to do here. Follow the flight directors. Need to pitch up. Toga's engaged. Beautiful. Pick up a little bit of speed here. Get a nice little view outside real quick. Left turn. Alright, let's go.
Denver traffic, United 1773 heavy, departing runway 25, course 5, correction, course 6 departure. Denver traffic.
Alright, so pitch up 10 degrees. And we can now go to flaps 1. Flaps 1 indicated right down here. This has been retracted to off. Perfect. Beautiful. Just continuing to follow our flight directors. We're now at 10,000 feet. Go ahead and kill the taxi, turn-offs, landings all off. Beautiful. And we're now going to make a left turn here. Alright, so now we need to pitch the nose down a little bit, make our left turn, speed up to flaps up here. Flaps coming up, gain some speed, see those flaps retracting. Beautiful. Alright, let's pitch the nose up a little bit here, make a left turn here. Still manually flying the aircraft. Yeah, I gotta set a button for Toga because I just cannot get to that thing, or put a camera on it. Have a preset camera on it so I can just click it real quick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just go direct to make it easier. Ralphie, as you can see, it's starting to turn. So let's go ahead and autopilot 1. And we're on our way. I believe we are under Toga, I hope. Yes, we are, because it's dropping the speed. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I just need to manually throw my throttles back a little bit. It should increase on its own, right? Because it's under Toga. It's just a glitch. It should correct itself, hopefully. We're still in the safe speed. And we are now lifting our altitude again. Beautiful. Come on, you damn thing. Don't do that. Okay. About to make a right turn in 8 nautical miles. So direct to Ralphie here, and then we're just slingshotting straight, and then we go up north. Beautiful. 18,000 feet. Standard barrow, standard here. So 1013, 29902. Let's go. Should have clicked on traffic as well as weather. And airports can come on as well. We can keep airports off right now. These are waypoints. Alright, so we now have a right turn here. Man, look at that. I'm gonna turn off the joystick cam, maybe drop this a little bit. And that's pretty much it, guys. The aircraft's now gonna fly fly us to where we need to go. Now, after takeoff checklist, we are standard barometric pressure. Our lights are currently off. We should have turned these lights on. Wing light can come off. Logo can stay on. And beacon, nav, strobe can all stay on. Let's come on down here to speed brakes are still armed. RTO is set to off. Speed brakes off. Seatbelt signs are off. They're on automatic, so if the airplane detects turbulence, it's going to turn them back on. Okay, so speed brakes are disarmed. Barrel set to standard at 18,000 feet. Landing lights are off after 10,000 feet. Runway turnoffs off. What else do we need to do? Let's set this back to the barrel to 200. Still climbing. Climb, which is a D-rated climb of 1. Let's see what else do we need to do. Okay, climb out. Let's see. Instruments have been checked. Hydraulic systems are checked. Climb is checked. Auto brakes is off. Seatbelt signs is required. Anti-ice is on auto. Pressurization has been checked. Engine starters are off. AP master knob is off. Altimeter settings to 29902. And we are D-rated to climb 1. Max climb rate 1,800 feet per minute. We are at 2,200, 2,100, which is fine. Cool. Fuel quantity. Let's check our fuel page here, which is right there. Come on down to this guy here, and fuels look good. So green means there's plenty of fuel in the tank. Blue here means somewhat nothing in the center tank. 28,500 pounds in main 2 and main 3, and a little bit in main 1, so it's evenly distributed. Beautiful. So we have 80,700 pounds of fuel. Everything's looking good. Let's take a look at some outside views. So let's go ahead and enjoy the flight. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic off, take a break. I got to use the restroom, and enjoy the flight. I'm going to turn some music on for you guys. Alright guys, just back in, checking on the flight here. Let me drop this a little bit. Just checking in on the flight here. So it's holding 360, which is good. The as you can hear, the engines are spooling up and down, and it's just trying to maintain the speed, and it's a little bit bumpy, as you can see the wing flex here, and that's what's causing the engines to kind of go back and forth. As you can probably see, the auto throttle here moving slightly up and down a little bit, so that's what all that is. We are currently 187 nautical miles till we hit fix Papa India Hotel, and then we come on into our arrival. As you can see, top of descent has been recalculated to the chins for arrival, which is beautiful. We're gonna be doing, I mean, we might, you know, I don't know how much I should trust this aircraft to let the vertical navigation take over at top of descent. We'll try it. If not, we will definitely go to vertical speed hold, or even flight level change we can do. So yeah, as you can see, we go down on our fixes here. So once we hit hump, we need to be at 15,000 feet. Go to our charts here. So at the fix, Auburn 12,000 feet. So Auburn is right here, I believe. So we need to be at 250 knots at this fix Auburn. So hump is right here. So at hump we need to be at 15,000 feet. So at this here we need to be at 15,000 feet so we can clear these mountains safely. And at Auburn we need to be at 250 knots or slower. If we have ATC, they may give us different directions on that, but we'll probably slow to 230 just to be super safe and be super ahead of the flight. So far, so good. Everything looks good. Co-pilot's happy. At this point, you know, being a pilot, I guess, is just kind of hanging out and enjoying the views and monitoring all the systems. So, since it's a little, you know, it's got a little bit of bumps here and there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to increase our altitude. We're going to go up to 38,000 feet, see if that clears up a little better. Normally we would ask for ATC if we can move up, and they would give us the clearance for that. But since we don't have any ATC, we can go ahead and do that ourselves. So we'll take this up to 380. And we're going to go ahead and press that button, throttle referenced. And this should start climbing a little bit. As you can see, the computer is calculating now. And if we go to our init ref, is it init ref? See, we are starting to climb a little bit. We should be. Let's go to routing. Where's that page I need? It's the menus page. No. Performance, there we go, 380 now, which it automatically populates. Beautiful. And we are now climbing. Hopefully that'll be a little bit smoother flight. We'll see. A little bit of a wind shear there. Let's go ahead and check our fuel. We're now sitting at 69,200 pounds of fuel. Um, 69,100 pounds of fuel. True air temperature is negative 26 degrees Celsius outside. And 1,000-foot call out. Now, another issue right now is with the current update, the reversers on my throttle, on my physical throttle here, which I use the Airbus Thrustmaster Airbus throttle quadrant. On the throttles here, the reverse thrusters don't work because the latest update, SIM update 7 with Microsoft, broke that reversers with the Airbus. So obviously the throttles work going up and down, but the reversers, these guys, don't work as the SIM update broke it. So we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to try and keep the aircraft as straight as possible, which I don't know how that's gonna go, and manually, you know, reverse these, pull these reversers back, which I'm gonna have to take them and like click, 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 and hopefully I can, you know, so now leveled off at 380. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm not anticipating, you know, the smoothest landing, but we'll see how it goes. Plus, I did just check VATSIM. There's a little bit of weather being reported out in Seattle right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get something to eat, let you guys enjoy the flight, and I'll check back with you in a little while.
Silver Creek traffic, helicopter November 169 Romeo Charlie, taking off to the west with a east departure. Silver Creek traffic.
Alright guys, we are back. Go ahead and drop the music a little bit. It's a little loud. Alright, we are back in the pit of the 747-800, almost at our top descent, which is about 75 miles away, give or take. Alright, so to get ourselves prepared for this arrival. Now, there is weather in the area. First thing we'll go ahead and do is we'll check VATSIM, and VATSIM has some weather in the area. Okay, so I'm going to remove that guy. Now, the first thing we can do is we can go to our menu page, initRef page, and we can go to, actually let's go to the RadNav page. Now the RadNav page is showing ILS 16 left. The ILS frequency is not showing, so ILS 16 left, which is what we're planning for. We go to approach here. ILS 16 left, excuse me. So we're going to actually have to enter some of these waypoints here because it's not in the system. So the localizer is 110.3 and the final approach course is 164. So we're going to put 164 for the final approach course, which I hope it takes it. Cool. 164, 110.3. And then now that's plugged in to our ILS frequency. So let's just double check. The localizer is 110.3, 110.3 here. Final approach course, 164 degrees. Now we could put 164 degrees on our heading. Just to start for right now. Even though we're probably going to vector ourselves out a little bit. Wait, is that actually following? We're not actually following the heading, are we? Oh shit. Whoop, sorry. Let's get back on track here, make a right turn. Excuse me. Alright, so we're turning right again, good. And let's just make sure we get back on track here, which go to legs page and direct to Brusky. Boom, execute that. Now we're back on course. So we have our navigation stuff set up. Let's also do on our co-pilot side here 164, and there we go. Now if we go to the legs page here, we're gonna scroll down. So we've got 2 pages left. So at hump we need to be at 15,000. I'm actually gonna take us down a little bit to 340 for right now. so we're going to slowly start a descent. Let's go back to end fuel tank. You don't have to worry about that. That's just indicating that the one of the fuel tanks is empty, which is probably the center. But yeah, that's nothing to worry about. Seatbelt signs are off. We're going to put our brake into probably 3. We do have a good size length runway, but since I'm going to have to be like manually pulling the thrust reversers back, I'd rather slow down a little sooner than possible. Alright, so we're coming down to 340 quite quickly. This thing is descending us at 3,400 feet per minute. So that's one thing about the descent profile on this. It rapidly descends you. That's why we're going to manually descend ourselves once we get closer. But we just want to get down to 340 for right now. So if we go back to our legs page, that's a 1,000-foot call out there. If we go to so we go to Carfo, which there's Carfo. So right above Carfo, we want to put in Hezler. So Helzr. So right above Carfo, which it should populate at that. So Helfer, Carfo, beautiful. From there, we want to go to Kenmo, K-E-N, Kilo Echo November Mike Oscar. That's going to go above Hezler. So we have Kenmo, Hezler, Carfo. Beautiful. And on top of Kenmo, we want to put in Hual. So Hual will go on Kenmo. And then on top of Hual will be Zedki, Z-E-D-K-I. As you can see, we have now lined ourselves up. So we're going to vector ourselves to the right here, and then we're going to make our left to come in for our arrival. It just gives us more some more time out till we can comfortably catch our glide path in to runway 16 left, is it? Now in the approach phase, the VREF at 25 is going to be 182, and at 30 is going to be 178. So we definitely want to go auto brakes 3, and the thrust limit is okay. That's not what we need. Go back to index, go to our approach. So our approach is going to be, we're going to do a flaps 25, and it's going to be 182 minus 5, I believe. So that's 177. So 177 on our ref. So we're going to do flaps 25 at 177. Flaps 25, 177. Alright, so now let's come up here and, oops, forgot our minimums. Another thing I gotta do, I gotta get this in here. So let's go to general options. I do want to see the landing developer mode. Turn this to on, apply and save, resume. Yeah, that's what it normally does. It does that stupid shit. Okay, I just need to get the developer mode, which is that, and then exit developer mode. Yeah, that is not correct. Oh, I know what it is. It's the flaps. Every time you, it's so annoying. Every time. That is so annoying. Every freaking time you go to the menu, it retracts your flaps. Look, so we have our flaps out right now. They're retracting, but it's just, that is so annoying. Microsoft, please fix that. Please, thank you. Okay, so we're back on track here. You know, in the real world, that would have blown our freaking flaps right off. You know, yeah, we're doing 300 knots and our flaps are fully retracted. Yeah, right. Okay, well, what I wanted was the replay mode, and I had to enable developer mode to get replay mode, and then I shut it off. There's a VATSIM guy right there. Let me see if he's on the radar here. Yeah, right there. Okay, so we still don't have anything on VATSIM. Let me make sure this is all good, which it is. So top of descent's coming up. 25 for 177. I believe that's what we want to do with landing. Alright, so let's go to our checklist here. So, our descent checklist here is no smoking. Seatbelt signs are off, but they'll come on. Pressurization is checked, recall is checked, allowable landing weight has just been checked, approach preparation, FMC arrivals has been completed. So we have our navigation ILS frequency in, as well as our final course 164. Coming close to the top of descent here. Now, at the transition altitude, we need to, which is 18,000 feet, we need to plug in our altimeter. Now let's check what the altimeter is, so we can look up our METAR file in Seattle. So let's take a look. So it's 3023, so we'll go ahead and put this on no, that's not right, sorry. Keep that on standard. Does this actually allow you to... Oh yeah, it does. Sweet. So let's put that back. 30. So 3023, and you swap it over, it's going to be 1024. 3023, 1014. 1024, excuse me. So that's our altimeter. Alright. 3023, and we have winds at 190 degrees at 16 miles per hour, so it's going to be a little bit of a crosswind. 160, so... Okay, so we're going to have a tailwind, I believe, in landing. Gust up to 22 miles per hour. Visibility 5 miles. We have some clouds at 1,300 feet, so this is going to be a spicy arrival, as we can just see here. So we're really going to have to follow our charts here. Okay, so let's now go to... Alright, so our approach before landing announced, exterior lights landing on, right, so at 10,000 feet we'll turn our lights on. In fact, right when we go to the clouds, turn our lights on. So we're just at about top of descent pretty shortly here. And so we got all our fixes in. The minimums are, we're going to be doing a Cat 1, which Cat 1 is 200 feet. So... I believe the airport is, what, 400 feet above the ground? What is the elevation of the airport? Where do you find that here? Let's see. Borrow's at 200 already, so that's good. So the ILS, we're doing ILS, so decision height is 200. So it'd be 632 up, because I believe the airport is 400 feet above the ground. I'm trying to find where that is. Let's say airport elevation. Alright, well, we'll think about that in a minute. Let's, got our glide path here. There's our glide path right there. It's going to start descending us like crazy probably. So let's get down to 15,000. Let's hold at 15. See how it's descending us really fast. Hopefully it will make that correction. See 2,500 feet. Alright, come on up now. You're descending a little too fast. So at hump, we need to be at 15,000 feet, I believe. So if we go to our arrival onto the chins 4. So at hump, 15,000 feet. And it is following the glide path fairly nicely. Check the fuel in the tank. 36,300 pounds of fuel left. So we are still doing fairly well. We are directly in the glide path. That's Mount Rainier, I think. Yeah, tallest mountain in Washington. And we have started our descent. Definitely a little bit choppy out here, as we can see. Gotten a little bit high. Go ahead and arm our speed brake, which speed brakes are armed. Seatbelt signs are off. They should be on. Still can't figure out where the hell the seatbelt sign is in this airplane. Yeah, the descent profile on this airplane is not the greatest. As you can see, it's pretty erratic right now. See that, how it dive bombed and now it's trying to make the correction. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to vertically control it. So we want to be at 289 and we're going to descend at 1,800 feet per minute. Let that control it. So this is going to give us an indication to 15,000 feet as it's calculating. So we're going to have to go 1,600 feet per minute. to 1,400 feet. So now making that correction. Cool. Okay, that's actually not correct. Let's go to 1,900 feet. Wow, this thing is all over the place, huh? Okay, so it's roughly in the area. So we'll hit 15,000 feet here, hopefully, by the time we hit hump. I don't think weather is working on this. Oh, it is. Nice. So as you can see, we've got, I don't believe that's terrain. Yeah, so let's turn weather back on. Waypoints. So we are slowly coming back in. At Auburn, we're going to make a pretty hard right to come out this direction to make our left turn. You see we got a pretty heavy storm over here. Yeah, we got some winds out here, no doubt. God, that is so annoying. Absolutely stunning out here, though. Look at this. Wow, it is bumpy, bumpy. So looking at our charts at hump, we may want to start dialing it back to 250 knots. And at Auburn, we want to hit 12,000 feet at Auburn. So let's actually drop this now down to 12,000. As you see, it's coming up there, making that correction. So 1,800 feet per minute seems to be somewhat in line with what we need. Remove those waypoints. Look at this rainbow. So we're at 18,000. We need now to switch to 3023. Okay, 3023 on the altimeter. So we still haven't done any VATSIM. this thing is just not stable right now. Yeah, the SEM profile is a little... See how it's just so... it's behaving so erratically. Might want to turn anti-ice on. See the airplane shift there a little bit. So anti-ices are on. Wing anti-ice on. Pilot heat is already on, so we are somewhat stable in the descent profile here. Or are we? I don't know. Man, look at this. Man, that is some weather. Whew. Look at that. Alright, we already have the glide slope in, as you can see, our localizers here. And let's go ahead and slow this airplane down to 250 knots. Okay. We are almost at 12,000 feet. Now, we need to make our right turn very shortly here. And we've got some rain, as you can see, coming in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into our... approach. So we are planning for the ILS departures, arrivals. Arrival is ILS 16 left. So ILS 16 left, which is this one here, plug that in. So at Z key we need to be at 7,000 feet. So we're at 12,000 now. So we go ahead and drop down to 10,000 feet. And we are coming down. Let's do 1,400 feet. We're now making our right turn. Alright, so we are a little fast. We got some speed brakes out now. Now let's go ahead and turn right. That is not correct. Nope, 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 nope. When you press select, it should recenter it, and it did not do that. So let's go to heading. And let's get back on course here. Wow, what the hell? And it just blew past the 10,000 feet. Whoa. What is it doing now? Wow. Yeah, that is not correct. Okay, we are taking manual control at this point. That was interesting. So, please fly the present heading at, let's do 8,000 feet. Hold there and fly the heading. Nope, 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 nope. I said fly the heading. It's not following the heading. That's weird. Okay. It's not flying the present heading. I said 250, please. See, why is it turning like that when I specifically... Alright, somewhat back on track here. I told it to hold at 7,000. It's actually climbing now. What the hell? Descend down, please. Vertical to... Look at the waypoints just disappearing now. Let's see if it holds at 7,000. Yeah, my waypoints just disappeared in the FMC. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is looks like the sim sim update 7 definitely messed up the salty modification for this airplane. There is no doubt about that. Hopefully this holds 7,000. Alright, so we're pretty much there now, so we can now make a left turn. And if we can remember what our final approach fix was, which is... You know, I'm just not gonna worry about that right now. I think it's 162. I'll go ahead and drop the speed now to maybe 240. 244 is fine. Go down here to in ref approach 1. What was it? Rad nav. That's where it is. 164 is the. There we go. Perfect. 164. We blew right through 7,000 feet, and we're descending rapidly. That is not correct. It should be holding at 700 feet. So yeah, we're now like down to 5,000. Yeah, this is gonna have to be a completely manual. Yeah, this is just, yeah. Oh god, this airplane. Okay, so let's follow the flight directors here. At 3,200 feet. Alright, so we're somewhat lining up here. Landing lights should have been on. I've been just dealing with a bunch of other stupid shit that this airplane is causing. Autopilot disconnect. It is disconnected. This is a full manual flight right now.
Seattle Cross November 161, contact taxi Bravo, runway 165.
Yeah, we are extremely high. At Kenmo, we need to be at 3,200 feet. This is a fully manual flight right now, which you would never really do this in the real world. Speed check. Wow, look at how erratic the behavior is. Flaps 1 coming out. I am trying my best to maintain this. This is really, yeah, this is real bad. Seattle traffic. UPS 153 Heavy is lining up for the approach. 16 left for landing. Seattle traffic. Drop down to 200. Speed brakes are armed, seatbelt signs are off, they should be on. Oh, we are way too high. Gears coming down.
Seattle traffic, American 201 taking off 16 left, we departing to the southeast, Puma 2, Seattle.
I don't remember what the approach was, but we need to get down here. There's a diamond. Flaps 5. Yeah, this is so wrong. There's a diamond there. This is probably going to be so off. I don't even believe what this is telling me right now, the PFD. I just don't even believe any of it. Flaps 10. And flaps 20. Extremely fast. Alright, we're lining up. Flaps 25.
Seattle traffic, Alaska 901, pushing on to Whiskey out of the November gates. Seattle.
Seattle traffic, UPS 153 heavy, landing 16 left on the localizer.
Seattle traffic, November 161, Tango holding short, runway 167.
So we're just kind of following the localizer here. So gears down 3, green, flaps full, 25, spoilers are armed, speed brakes are armed, auto brake set 2-3, a little bit off here. Get on the approach. We'll take the approach. Yeah, there it is. Well, that's cool. It's kind of following the approach. It's like dive bombing. Look at this thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is not right. Yep. At least we could see the runway. We got other planes over here probably looking at us like we're absolutely nuts. Yeah, this plane was doing great on takeoff and all that, and you know, it's just, yeah, it's just terrible. Yeah, it's just not correct at all, you know. Yeah. Honestly, if I would have known that this airplane was going to behave this way on arrival, I wouldn't have flown this airplane, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're somewhat back on track now. Alright. Check. This guy's waiting for us to come in. Oh my God. Alright, well, we're down.
Last aircraft called, how far are you?
Okay, I got full rudder.
Walker 76 is 45 miles out from the airport, so no factor to close.
Okay, that's, yeah, because I'm 10 miles out from
80
Griffey.
knots.
We'll be making
Stall.
a
Everyone.
right base turn for 16 left as well.
Alright, manual braking. Landing lights off. Well, we landed, surprisingly.
Sierra truck November 1301, Tango line, now runway 16 left.
UPS 153 heavy vacated 16 left. I don't know where the cargo section is.
Traffic Alaska 901, taxi runway 16 left, Whiskey Bravo, Seattle.
Yeah, that did not go how I wanted it to. Go ahead and retract the flaps all the way up. Get the APU started here. APU on. Start. I know the cargo section Seattle over here is alright. Go ahead and stop the replay. Now we go over here. Let's go to our charts here. Yeah, not exactly the arrival I wanted. I am very, very surprised we actually made that.
Seattle traffic November 1301, Tango taking off runway 16 left, Suma 2 departure.
So cargo is here, so we're going to be taxiing all the way down. What is this? Bravo. UPS 153 heavy taxiing to cargo 3 via Bravo. Yeah, wow. This guy's taking off here. That's cool. I hope Salty Simulations comes out with an update for the airplane, because oh, that was just that was horrible. APU is running, that's good. What else do we need to do here? APU Gen 1, APU Gen 2 needs to come on. Go ahead and turn off the runway turn-offs, can come off. Beacon can stay on, nav can stay on. Logo light can come off.
Seattle traffic Alaska 901, lining up, taking off 16 left, Suma 2 departure, Seattle.
It's Alaska, beautiful. He's definitely flying the Airbus A320, an airplane that actually does what you tell it to. So we're going to cargo 3 here. There he's going. There he goes.
Alaska 901, clear of 16 left, final call, Seattle.
We clear? Yep, we're clear. Kind of far in a little bit, but that's fine. Alright.
Seattle traffic call grade 76, turning to final, 2,500 feet, abeam, Bolus, Seattle.
Some panel lights.
Douglas, Seattle.
Alright. Parking brake is set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine cutoffs. Wow. Taking quite the FPS hit here. Alright. Should have external powers available. 1 and 2. APU gen off. APU gen 1, gen 2 off. APU's coming off. Standby powers going to stay in the auto mode. Alright. Brakes in the off position. Throttles are in the idle detent. Flaps have been fully retracted. Let's just double check. Yes, they have. And let's just go through the checklist really quick to make sure. We'll do a full shutdown. Lights are all off. Taxi lights off. Flaps are up. Stabilized trim is set. Speed brakes
Seattle traffic
down.
call grade 76 on a 3-mile final runway 16 left.
go ahead and get off the Unicom. We're going to go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. What else do we do? Transponder. Flight attendant advisory, taxi lights off, timer, stopwatch. Where the hell is the timer in this? Is it this right here? I think it's this. Okay. Alright, so let's come on up here. And we gotta shut off. Alright, we'll go through our flows. Electrical control systems are not modeled. We can go ahead and turn off our IRS alignments. Our APU system is off. Utility 1 and 2 can stay on. We have the bus ties can go to isolation. We have the gen controls can go to off, as well as which these are not. Hydraulic pumps can come off. They are not modeled. Okay, and these can come off as well. Anti-ice is off. Fuel pumps can come off. Window heats can come off as well. And that's it for this here. Let's come on over to the right. The packs can stay into the auto position, and you cannot turn this off. The engine bleeds can come off, and we're about done here. Beacon light can come off, nav light can come off, strobe off, wing light's coming off, and logo light is coming off. Great. Now we'll do shut down the power, so we will go ahead and utilities are not modeled, and we will turn standby power off and VAT1 off. Alright, airplane is now fully shut down. And that's it, guys. Let's get the luggage crew in. Let's get the equipment off the aircraft. Catering can come in for the next crew. There's our stairs. Get our stairs to come up. Quite the flight. Interesting arrival there. Very interesting arrival. Definitely not what I expected to happen. The behavior of the aircraft was pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, it just was not following anything it needed to follow. Yeah, I totally forgot to even turn on the side stick cam as things were getting pretty busy. So let's go to replay here and see what the crazy replay looks like. I don't even know how to do this. Okay, so the replay just crashed the sim. Very cool. Interesting. Alright, replay crashed sim. It's all good. Well, in that, I appreciate you guys following along, and thanks for watching. We will go ahead and wrap it right there. Alright, see you guys in the next one.